This is John Paul. I am coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. Today, going to talk about Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. You know, Captain Marvel, when it first came out, really blew up the internet, blew up some YouTube channels, was huge news. And what happens now? Now Brie Larson's in some Nissan commercial. She's pretty much not doing anything. You know why? I think a lot of people get cringed out by Brie Larson. So let's take a look at some kind of unseen photos of her in her suit, and this is why I think I got cringed out. So here you see the first one, and she's supposed to be like this incredible superhero for the Marvel franchise, and right here she just looks stiff, and her figure is just not of somebody that works out, kicks ass, gets into fights. She looks like she's just one of those Hollywood actresses who sips on a latte and just talks bullshit all day in Starbucks. I mean, that's just the fact to me. I'm taking a wild guess here. But if she wasn't, she'd feel more like the real deal. Something like Gwendolyn Christie in Game of Thrones. When you see her play Brienne, you're like, yeah, this, she's an actress, but she looks like she's pretty rugged. She looks like she could really do a fight scene. Does that really look like the face of Marvel to you? Does that look like good acting to you? Does that look like something you'd go to a theater and be like, oh man, this is good. This is really who I think should be leading Marvel, or one of the main powerful characters. To me, she looks like a Power Ranger basically, and a bad one. She's just kind of looking up well, yeah, I'm shooting a scene. When's this going to be over? Brie Larson takes to social media to show off images of her Captain Marvel test for Carol Danvers, the MCU's cosmically powered superhero. Photos from my first camera test in full costume. We were still figuring out what her signature moves would be, and they never figured that out because they were pretty much nothing. And I was still learning how to move in a leather wetsuit. Was that a wetsuit? Or is that a superhero costume? I'm confused. Good times. Posted Larson on Instagram for Throwback Thursday, whatever the hell that is. Not very interesting. Since Brie Larson actually filmed scenes for the Avengers Endgame prior to Captain Marvel, as Infinity War and Endgame were filmed at the same time, that's interesting, didn't know that. The camera test footage is from a deleted scene in the Avengers Endgame where Captain Marvel arrives on Vormir to help Black Widow and Hawkeye when Thanos cedes his forces to retrieve the Soul Stone. Obviously the movie changes things to where Captain Marvel saves Iron Man, of course, and Nebula in space, meets the Avengers, and then flies off to space on her lonesome, leaving Black Widow and Hawkeye to retrieve the Soul Stone on their own, which led to the death of Widow. Blah, blah, blah. I don't think we care so much about the storyline. Let's keep going. Up next for Brie Larson in the MCU looks to be Captain Marvel 2, possibly released in 2022, as part of Marvel's Phase 5, whatever that will be. We're not going to get through Phase 4 the way they're going, though. Though there are rumors of Brie Larson also appearing in the upcoming Ms. Marvel Disney Plus series. Rumors offer Spider-Man, Nova, Rogue, and even Henry Cavill as Wolverine will be part of Captain Marvel 2. Brie Larson also appeared recently with Wonder Woman Gal Gadot at the Oscars, offering to make love, not war. And then, of course, there is that super sexy appearance on Jimmy Kimmel. I missed that, and I'm not going to look for it. So, I said we're not going to make it through Phase 4, because if you guys don't know, Phase 4 is about basically diversity, which would be an awesome thing if it was naturally about diversity, like X-Men was. I remember the first X-Men being pretty diverse. It seems like Marvel did have quite a bit of diversity, so I don't see why they're pushing it at us. If they just subtly had the characters be diverse, that's fine, but they're making a point that they're making it diverse. They're making a point that's what Phase 4 is about. They don't have to do that. Just let it roll natural. That's all I'm saying. Let it roll natural. You guys, let me know what you think down below about those Captain Marvel 2 photos. Not 2. I get confused. This video is a mess, and I'm going to leave it like that. It's more fun. I'm not going to go back and try to edit out let me do the serious Captain Marvel video about her wetsuit. Nah. She's a cringe. We're having fun sometimes. Doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. So, let's do a shout out right now. Make it a few. Shout out to Bobby Catalano. She might have actually bought one of my mugs on Teespring. Very cool. I'll have to ask her. Shout out to Town 3000. Shout out to Darth Mom. And shout out to Victor Vitalis. Thank you guys for all the continuing support. If you're not, click that subscribe button. I'm doing shout outs, special thanks, things like that. I screw up down the videos, but not as much as I used to. See you next time.